Hi everyone. Stuart has already introduced you to the idea of some skill-based videos. My side of things is going to be on academic writing. I've talked to a few students who left for university and similar things from last year, and one of the main things they said that was a bit of a hurdle for them was getting used to academic writing and trying to sort of get the earlier essays completed to a satisfactory standard for them. They were both very high achieving, but still they felt that this was a very important skill they hadn't covered in any great details. They had to learn very, very quickly. So I thought it'd be nice for us to do a series of videos just to make sure you're happy with what would be expected of you in a sort of variety of different ways. We're going to start simply, and by the end of this you should have a very short piece of academic writing which is fully kitted out and everything they'd expect from you in university or similar. And so you know what to expect when when you get an assignment of that nature. So the first one is the introduction and research. So I've done the brief introduction already. Research is the key part that you really need to make sure you do a lot of, because though occasionally with our own assignments we expect you to talk very much from your own experience. Are you kidding me? Though in the course we've expected you to talk from your own experience and putting across your own opinion, and though informed by research, it's a bit different when it comes to academic writing, so you have to have everything you're talking about backed up and researched properly and fully. So it's not so much you talking as you explaining all the research you found and putting it all together. So, like I said, this short series of videos is just to give you a way of preparing for the future, to make sure you've got the skills you need. So the first thing we're going to focus on is the research, like I mentioned earlier. Now, there's quite a lot of things you can research and have in a bibliography. So you can book, website, journal, video, like we've got on the screen. You can have articles from newspapers. You can have games directly. You can have literally anything you can think of that would give you some form of research or something to talk about. You can have in a bibliography. They can all be referenced in some way or another. And you all know how to find websites, because you can all use Google Foo correctly even. Videos, generally very easy to find. You've got a plethora of them on YouTube and various other sites. Books can be a little bit tricky, just because I know not everyone has access to sort of the massive library of books at the college and things at the moment. So Google Books is a good place to start. You've also got Project Gutenberg, which is only really for classical texts, but it's good to know there's lots of free books there. Journals are a little bit trickier. Now, if you're going to use journals, which you will be, I recommend you try Game Studies, which is a big collection of lots and lots of different articles and essays over the last decade or so, directly to do with games, so it's really nice, really spot on. Google Scholar can also be helpful, but make sure you're using key terms correctly otherwise, because there's a lot of essays on Google Scholar and you can get really lost and bogged down with it all. So just make sure you're using correct terminology and finding exactly what you need rather than trawling through lots of things. So those are the 4 types of research we're going to be trying out first in this first video, to make sure that you're on the right track. So what I'd like you to do, just to sort of get the ball rolling, is choose a title or a topic or something to that effect. So I've got 3 examples just off the top of my head. So Avatar use in multiplayer games, so Avatar being sort of the character you use, making it yourself, and how much of a sort of persona it can be about yourself, or escape from yourself. There's lots of psychological interesting things to talk about there. Benefits of multiplayer, so there's lots of things to talk about there, whether online MMOs and relationships therein. There's couch co-op and sort of the camaraderie that comes with that. Importance of colour and level design, so if you go back to basics and try and talk about how a sort of colour affects emotion and how it can be used in different ways and how it has been used in different ways. Those are just 3 that came in my head that I would think about doing if I had this kind of thing, but there's loads of topics you could choose from. You can choose from anything from the internet causing issues, or how very basic strategies can affect lots of different games. Those are just two just off the top of my head right now. There's so many you think about. So the first task for academic writing is choose a topic, either from recommendations that I just talked about, only if you're interested, of course, because it has to be something you've got an interest in, because you have to want to look things up about it. And you're going to find that thing you're interested in and research relevant sources. I want you to find a book, a website, a journal, and a video. Now, finding them, of course, is generally going to be the easy bit, because there's loads of things could be vaguely related. I also want you to find one thing that you are interested in about it. I probably should put that on here as well, shouldn't I? And they are your tasks. So you've got a few things to think about there, a few things to start and try, but remember, it's got to be something you're interested in. If it's not something you're interested in, you're not going to go and sort of go into the full detail and depth you want at the moment. You'll have lots of things to write about that you aren't as interested in the future, so you may as well start with something you like now. Okay, if you have any questions, if you have any anything you'd like or think you'd require, or anything you would be interested in or need some help with, do just give me an email. What I try to do is I try to include it in future videos so everyone sort of benefits from it. I don't say who it is, of course, it's anonymous, but it don't, if one person is thinking it or not sure about it, other people will be as well. Okay, good luck, find those bits of research, and next time we'll talk about what we're going to do with them. Okay, see you next time.